This is a video to look at exercise 6D, question 8, parts D and part F. They were the two worst done questions in the homework, so I thought I'd go through them for you, especially as they both contain some pretty key facts to look out for and remember in the future. Alright, so let's start with D. So we have cot theta is equal to 1 minus cosec squared theta, and it tells us it wants it in the interval between 0 and 2 pi. This is the first thing I want to talk about. If the range is in radians, then give your answer in radians as well. Loads of people gave answers in degrees instead of radians for this question and other questions as well. Okay, so I'm looking at that. I can see cosec squared. I remember that 1 plus cot squared is equal to cosec. So I'm going to replace cosec squared with 1 plus cot squared, and notice how I put it in brackets. This caught a number of people out. So I've got 1 minus 1, which is nothing, and then I've also got a minus cot squared theta. Loads of people kept that as a positive, so then when you put it onto the other side, make it equal to 0, you end up with a negative there, which then it all went wrong. So factorise it. A few people got to this stage, and then people wrote this down. Lots of people immediately discounted that, which is correct for sec and cosec. They do not equal 0. They cannot equal 0. However, this does. And what would be confusing even more is I saw people change it to that, and then I saw them say, tan theta, that tan theta can be 0, you can't divide by 0, so it doesn't work. But actually it does. And you need to look back at your cot graph. That's one way of convincing yourself that it does work. Cot does go through 0. But the other way is to write it like that. For cos theta over sine theta to equal 0, then you just need cos theta to be 0, because then you've got 0 over something. It doesn't matter what that something is, it will all equal 0. And then this one, you can get the reciprocal, but you still get tan theta is equal to minus 1. So you start drawing graphs. So cos theta, that's between 0 and 2 pi. We've got there and there. Tan theta, that is 0 to 2 pi, and minus 1 there and there. Then it's just left to type it into your calculator. Reduction theta. Right, so the easy one is cos, so that's pi over 2. And that one is 3 pi over 2. Type tan to the minus 1 is minus 1, and it'll give you minus pi over 4. So just keep on adding pi. So your calculator will be finding that one there, add pi, so you get 3 pi over 4, and another pi, and you get 7 pi over 4. They're the 4 solutions. Lots of people got the first 2, but didn't get the last 2. Oh no, sorry. Lots of people got the tan ones, but didn't get these ones because they immediately discounted cot. So that's one important thing to look out for. Right, moving on to part F. I think virtually, from memory, I can't think of a single person who took this all the way to a fully correct solution. I'm hoping once I go through it, you realise actually not too bad. So I'm going to expand this left-hand side. Remember, it is a double bracket. There is this middle bit. So that's that bracket expanded. Now I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, right, where am I going to go? Well, I see this minus sine squared. Oh, hang on a minute. If I plus that onto that side, I'm going to have a sine squared plus cos squared. That's going to equal 1. I'll do that in a second. Then I'll look at this, which is the next horrible thing. But hang on a minute. Sec is 1 over cos, so we've got cos over cos. That's just 1. So this bit is actually just minus 2. So let's put that all together. That's just minus 2. I'm going to add the sine squared over to just equal 1 for the sine squared plus cos squared. And I've now got it equal to tan theta. I'm looking at that next, I'm thinking, right, where am I going to go? And then suddenly springs to mind, oh, hang on a minute. 1 plus tan squared equals sec squared. So I'm going to replace sec squared with 1 plus tan. And then I'm going to have a 1 minus 1, so I'm just going to be left with tan squared theta is equal to tan theta, make it equal to 0. Factorise it. And you have two solutions. Draw a tan graph. It is only between 0 and pi. So we've got there. And there. So tan theta equal to 0 is there and there. Tan theta equal to 1 is there. So we're going to have three solutions. We've got theta is equal to that 0 there. That, type in tan to the minus 1 or 1, and we'll give you pi 4. And that's pi. There you go. That's part F. I hope you follow that. Any questions, obviously, come and see me.